Good afternoon, entrepreneurs. Welcome to Insights for Entrepreneurs. My name is Pat Sims, and I am the founder of Innovative Business Solutions. I am here today to continue talking to you about retaining customers for life. Last week I was here and I talked to you about ways that you can talk to your customers and engage them in order to build a good relationship with your customers. And then every time that they need a product or service that you have, they'll begin to think about you and they'll come back to you. The other thing that I did was I challenged you. I challenged you to find 3 to 5 ways in order to engage, to keep regular direct contact with your customers so that you can begin to build that solid relationship. So this week, I am going to continue talking about building that relationship with your customers and some things that you can do in order to continue building that relationship. So I'm going to take a minute here and I'm going to share my screen with you. And we're going to talk about having customers for life by being ready to answer all of the questions that your customers may have. And I think that's a very important thing, to be ready to answer those questions. First of all, you want to make sure that you give your customers multiple ways in order to reach you, in order to answer, for you to be able to answer their questions. So you're there for them. It makes them understand that you are ready to answer any questions, because when they make a purchase, you can always send them a confirmation email and let them know that you're available to answer their questions anytime. You create a kind of an automated follow-up email that asks them something like, how are you enjoying your purchase? Or did the purchase fill the need that you have or solve the problem that you have? And if you have any other questions, here is a way that you can reach me. So make sure you're giving them the opportunity to ask questions by letting them know that you're available for them. So let's take a look at the kind of questions that you may expect from your customers, because they may ask many different kinds of questions. So the first question may be inquiries regarding how to use the product or how to better use the service that you, the service that you provided for them. Since you absolutely want people to get the most out of what they bought from you, you need to help them out with giving them answers or giving them ways that they can use your product. For example, you may have given them some kind of user guide or some kind of instruction sheet that may be self-explanatory for you, but it may not be for your customer. So when you give them multiple ways to reach out and ask questions, it makes them feel that they can rely on you and that you are there to help them use the service or use the product or whatever you gave them, that you are there to help them use it as effectively as possible for them. Then, of course, there are misunderstandings that sometimes arise, as they do with when you're in business. So if there's a misunderstanding about the product they've purchased or the use of something that they've received from you, they purchased from you, the item may not work the way they thought it would work, or the solution you gave them may not be producing the results that they wanted. So your answer, and if you're very quick to answer those questions, then you're going to have a customer that's happy because you were open, you were ready, and you answered their question quickly. There may be questions about other products that you offer. A person who is very happy with something that they purchased from you, whether it's a product or a service that you provided for them, they may want to begin investigating, well, what other solutions may this business have that will help me with what I need to accomplish? So that is another question. Then, of course, there's always the what next question. questions about what are the next steps I should take. They may seek advice for you. For example, if you offer a course on blogging and helping them blog successfully, they might set up the blog and then start blogging. And then once they start, they want to find another way that they can market their blog. So they may come to you because, first of all, they're going to look at you as someone with expertise in that area. So they may come to you looking for other answers about what to do next. And that's a great opportunity to help someone and also make them aware that you're reliable and that you can help them with some of those questions that they have. Then, of course, they may ask you about what other kinds of help there may be available in your industry. It may not be specifically for you, but it may be someone, they may look for other kinds of help that you may not specifically provide, but you may know someone that provides the kind of help that they need in your industry. So those are things that they may ask, those kinds of related questions. So you have to be ready to answer those questions as well. You have to make sure that every member of your organization is well versed in how to answer those kinds of questions, that you are ready to help, not just you, but everyone that's connected to your organization is ready, your business is ready to help the customer get the answers that they need. So then as you're doing that, you're going to have to make sure that you provide the resources to everyone that works in your business so that they can give the customer the right answers. And it may be a good idea to create a list of frequently asked questions, or have a list of whether they're frequently asked questions, or you can call it commonly asked questions. But you may have something those that work for you can refer to in order to make sure the customer's question is answered quickly and easily. Then it's important that everyone that asks a question of you, whether it's a voicemail they left or an email they send you, that they're given a personal reply, that it's not just a blanket, here's what I would suggest, but Mrs. So-and-so or Mr. So-and-so, or if you're in first name, Doug, here is something that may help you with the solution you're looking for, with the question you have, and answer that question personally and answer the question quickly. So make sure you're checking if you have a place that you have those kinds of questions going. If you have an email where questions can be sent by customers, make sure you're checking that regularly so that there's not 2 or 3 days that pass before the customer receives an answer to their question. It really helps enhance you as a reliable company, as a reliable business, as a business that provides excellent customer service to those that they serve. So that's something else you can look for. So, entrepreneur, we're really kind of at the end of that presentation, but here are some challenges for you. Why don't you begin by developing and outlining an easy system for customers to contact you with their questions, whether it's an email link that you give them or any questions here, you can send them here, whether it's email or it's a telephone call. Where can they make sure there's a system in place for them to easily submit and have their customer questions answered? Also, you want to make sure as you're developing this system for your customers, that you're also documenting the changes you need to make so that you know what changes need to be made in order to easily satisfy your customers, answer their questions, and serve them well. The second thing that you have to do is make sure you train any staff you have so that they can answer the questions. And as I said previously, that may be a list of frequently asked questions that you have prepared for those that work for you. It may be a manual of some kind, but making sure everyone is appropriately trained on how to answer customer questions and to do that in a very effective manner, in a manner that's courteous and kind. And I always tell people, make sure you give excellent customer service, because that is critical in this day and time, that you over deliver, you give them the answer, and then ask, is there anything else that I can help you with? So those are the things that I have for you today to help you keep those customers for life. And I am going to come back next week and talk more about retaining customers and providing that excellent customer service, so that whenever customers that you have provided a service or a product for are looking for something, they begin to think of you. And that way you retain customers for a lifetime. Again, my name is Pat Sims. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. I look forward to talking to you next week about more strategies to retain customers for life. Have a great afternoon.